All right, Pisces, let's do a quick reading because I had a few cards come out while I was cleaning my house. Some of you could be house cleaners. I don't know why. Some of you, that could be something you're thinking about doing on the side. That could be your profession for some of you. Maybe you are a house cleaner, a maid, a cleaning service, whatever you call yourself. So I was asking, what's the energy for you? Here coming up, there's gonna be a season of you giving. So what do I mean by that? Here coming up, you might notice that a lot of people are gonna be very self-consumed and self-focused. Where you are feeling very stable and balanced in life, there could be other people that you love and you care about where that part of their life is falling apart. And Spirit is saying, listen, if you can help out. So let's say that you have a friend or a family member that, heaven forbid, lost their job or broke a leg, broke an ankle. They're out of work for a few days until they can, get their shit together and get everything figured out. That's a good time for you to give. That's not a good time for you to go and be like, so we were supposed to go somewhere. I can't believe you broke your leg. Now you can't walk. This is a time to give. What do you need from me? Do you still want to go to the concert? If so, we're going to figure out a way to get around this problem and we're going to find a solution. You just had surgery. I'm going to bring you food so then that way you don't have to worry about cooking or feeding your family. Right now, you need to focus on giving, okay? And I was asking, why? Why is right now the season of you giving? Well, one reason is because there's going to be powerful change in this. Not only are you going to change these relationships, but you're also going to change maybe how you view hardships, how you view helping someone out. Sometimes we can get really stressed about the process of helping someone, but if we really take a step back and go, okay, wait a second, all I have to do is drive them to the store and drive them back home. That's an hour out of my day, but that might make their whole week. Let me do that. That's what I'm saying. Now around that could bring powerful change that you don't see coming. Some of you, you're gonna show up for someone who has no one else. And then that could be the same person who's going to end up being like a grandparent to you, an aunt and uncle, but not by blood. That's going to bring powerful change in that dynamic. You could also grow a bond that you never thought that you were going to get in this lifetime. Maybe some of you don't have aunts and uncles. Maybe some of you don't have grandparents. Maybe some of you do, but you didn't have those relationships with those people. This is the moment where your future is going to change. This could also be the moment where you start nurturing relationships and you don't know how they're going to pay off in your future, but they're going to pay off bigger than you ever thought. So this could be you taking care of someone where, let's be honest, you don't have to take care of them. You don't have to show up for them. You don't have to be there for them. You don't have to support them. You don't have to give shit if you don't want to. However, you doing this is going to bring powerful change in. This could then become someone who's a big part of your life. This could be the same person where, heaven forbid, when they pass away or when God takes them back up to where they belong or whoever you believe in, that person could leave everything that they have to you. You might not know until you grow the bond with them that they have nobody else to depend on and take care of, and that you could be their answered prayer, the answer to their prayer, okay? So really focus on giving here coming up, because some of you could get to a place of, well, I give enough, I'm tired. Everybody's tired, baby. Everybody's tired. If you want a village, you got to be a part of a village. If you want people to support you and show up for you, you got to be able to show up for people, okay? And I'm saying that here. Now, on a side note, there could be some answers coming in here in your near future, answers that you intuitively knew, but you were just waiting for confirmation. Those are going to be coming to you, okay? This could be around a Gemini, or this could be Gemini season, around Gemini season. Let me ask when that is. So I just looked up Gemini season, and that is near May. So some of you could end up getting answers by next May, but this could be around a Gemini. There could be answers coming in around a Gemini in a cycle that you dealt with this Gemini, okay? Give me a little bit more for this portion of it. It was something that you desired. I'm hearing if I cut you off, it just means I care. Somebody could have cut you off. Somebody could have removed access. So they could have ghosted you, dipped out, ran. They could have cut you off. But the song I'm hearing is, if I cut you off, it just means I care. You could be getting some sort of answer or clarity from possibly a Gemini. This could have started happening May to June of this year. Somebody's going to come in and give you clarity. This could be why they ghosted you, why they cut you off, why they dipped. You might not know how much this person actually cares for you because their body language and their behavior said something different, but I'm getting that they still have desire and passion, but that there was something that they needed to take care of. So you could have met a Gemini between May and June of this year, 2025. This could have been a Gemini where you didn't really know what the hell was going on in their life, okay? They could have pushed you away. You could have assumed with the Queen of Swords, let's look at this from a practical and logical perspective. If someone cares about me, they're not going to push me away, abandon me, reject me, or do whatever this person's doing, okay? So in your mind, you look at it from a practical and logical perspective. I'm not going to stay stuck on something that doesn't have me emotionally invested, and logically it doesn't make sense to stay stuck on this. That's where you're at. What you don't know, though, is this person's about to come in and tell you that it wasn't that they didn't care. It was that they had some things that they needed to end, wrap up, take care of. This could be someone who was still living with an ex. You didn't know that they were living with an ex. Then they met you and they were like, oh, how are you going to take this serious when you live with an ex? Or am I really going to take her home to Natalie? Am I really about to walk up in this house with him and let Josh see me? I sure the hell am not. That's what I'm saying, okay? Now, this could be the same person coming in and telling you, listen, I still desire you. I still desire to work on this. I want to work on this. I want to invest here. I'm hoping my investments haven't went to waste. I'm hoping you still think of me. This is the answers that you need, though. This is what I've been doing. This is what I've been taking care of, okay? Yeah, the Emperor. Taking care of business is what I'm hearing. I've been taking care of business. So some of you might have made your mind up about someone, but when they come in and give you truth and clarity, it might make you change your mind, okay? Well, you care, but you pushed me away. Yeah, I pushed you away because I was still living with my ex-husband, my ex-wife, and I'm going to be honest with you, that would have been drama. So yeah, I pushed you away. You see it as me playing games. You see it as me not being ready. I was trying to protect us. We're going to have to agree to disagree. But let's be honest, I was doing what I thought was best. I was trying to take control of the situation. I'm giving you the answers now. I'm giving you the clarity now. That was a tough cycle, though. You know, I worked for her parents. I had to lose my job as well as my place to live. That's what I'm saying, okay? So you're going to be getting some sort of answer. Now, this could also be something at work where you feel like you've put in your work. You feel like I've done my due diligence, baby. So this could be you applying for something and you're waiting to hear back from the people above you on whether or not you got it, whether or not you got the job, or whether or not you got the promotion or the raise. I'm saying that you are going to get it, okay? And I'm saying that this communication could be coming in within the next 7 hours to 7 days when you get confirmation. Like, hey, here's the answer you've been seeking. Now, I'm saying that the end of a tough cycle is approaching. So some of you could be feeling really tired, really drained, really overwhelmed, like life is just getting tougher and tougher. That's about to stop. That's about to end. So if you have been job searching, that tough cycle is about to end. If you have felt like your life's been up in the air and you don't understand why everything feels like it's going wrong when it's actually going right, that tough cycle is about to end. At the end of the day, major changes are happening in your life. Expect powerful change. Why? Because prosperity lies ahead for you. This is all happening for you to get to the prosperous future you've been asking for, you've been seeking, okay? But this tough cycle needed to end. This could be working the front desk and not getting promoted to management until 7 years later. It could have been a tough cycle. You could have had in your mind, I'm not doing front desk for the next 7 years. But you could have had to stay there for 7 years so you could have had the resources, the knowledge, the wisdom that you needed to be successful in that position. And it could be an energy of, let's be honest, if we look at it from face value, it could seem like, oh, okay, well, I've been wasting my time. Definitely didn't get it when I wanted it. No, but you're getting it. A balance needed to be found, okay? Something needed to be balanced. Yeah, that's been a tough cycle, but the next cycle is going to get better. This is going to bring in powerful change, so much so that you might be the one in the company that's going to climb the ladder. Maybe in a way that nobody else has climbed the ladder. You might end up in corporate. You might end up, hell, I'm going to go as far to say as possibly a CEO or a director. That's what I'm saying. But you needed that 7 years of working the front desk and dealing with difficult customers and dealing with difficult circumstances where it seemed like there wasn't a solution, but there was a solution. You also needed to be in the position of being able to listen to others. Because if you have this huge ego of, I'm the boss, I know everything, you're blindsided. You're hurting yourself, you're hurting the company. That's what I'm saying. And Spirit's telling you your hard work is paying off. We want you to relax because prosperity is coming, but you're so used to the tough cycle, to the hard. You're so used to having to prove that you're worthy, prove that you deserve it, fight for it, prove your case, show your point, that you might be quick to want to do that now when you don't need to do that. We need you to find a balance. We need you to take a step back. We need you to relax. We need you to understand that this is the beginning of your next chapter. I want to say it's only going to get easier from here, but some of you are going to call me a liar. So how about this? It's only going to get easier from here. Come back in a few years and let me know how big of a liar I am. Because here's the thing. Some of you, you're mad that your life hasn't gotten easier. You've been given the opportunities for your life to get easier. You've not chose them though. God can't make, Spirit can't make, the universe can't make you choose what you're asking for. They can only put it in your path and say, do you really want it? You say you want a peaceful relationship, yet you keep choosing the chaotic ones. You say you want friends that you can trust, you can love, that you can lean on, yet you keep choosing the friends that show you that you can't. So some of you, before you put down below how your life ain't going to change and it ain't going to get better, you need to take a step back, you need to look in the mirror, and you need to ask yourself, where are you adding to your own misery? Because God don't always give you what you want. You can pray for patience. He's going to give you opportunities where you learn patience, where you use patience, where you see if you're a patient person. That's that balance I'm talking about. A lot of you, you want Spirit and the universe, God, whoever you believe in, to do the work for you. When that's your place. That's your journey. And for some of you, that's your hard cycle. You're so quick to question, well, what are they giving me? What do I win? Which is why you keep attracting the same damn people as you. And then you're in the comments questioning, why do I keep getting takers? Well, is that how you're approaching all your relationships, as a taker? Because if you have that very lack mentality, well, I always get the end of the stick in every relationship, I always get taken advantage of, you're automatically going to assume that it's going to happen. Relationships are an ebb and a flow, no matter what kind of relationship it is, okay? And if you're quick to go into any dynamic, nah, you're going to give me something, baby, that's very rigid. And you're wondering why you're attracting such rigid people, because they're there to show you a version of you that you don't want to see. Okay? I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of you that's been willing to do the work and do the soul searching and look in the mirror and start taking accountability. Start saying, okay, where am I adding to my own misery? Where am I not using discernment? Where am I going based off hopes and dreams instead of reality? Where am I hoping someone changed, but they haven't? Where am I hoping I'm going to get a promotion, but they keep showing me they're not giving it to me? Your hard work can only pay off if you're willing to do the work. So if you're one of those people in the comments who's not willing to do the work and you expect the universe to just give you, you need to go sit down and ask yourself, why do you feel so entitled to a future you're not even willing to fight for? Why should Spirit fight for your future when you can't even fight for it? I'm just asking. Now, the ones who have been doing the work, the ones who have been putting in the work, and it's been hard work. This is choosing to go through the tough cycles and say, why am I going through this cycle again? I'm going to go through it again, but this time I'm going to have my eyes open and go, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I dealing with this person again? Why am I willing once again to stay at this company that hasn't promoted me the past 5 years? But here I am right back in this cycle. Let me take the glasses off and let me look. Once you do that, powerful change starts happening, babe. Powerful change. And they want you to really relax, okay? Because good times are coming. There are going to be times that you've hoped for, you've prayed for, you've wished for, that you are going to be celebrating in your future. Within the next 3 years. Within the next 3 years, you're going to have more celebrations for you than you've ever had. What do I mean by that? What do you mean by that, Danielle? Let's say you've never had a birthday party. You're going to have birthday parties here coming up. Let's say that you've never had a wedding. You might be getting married in the next 3 years. A lot of celebrations are going to be around you. Where you're used to celebrating other people, you're going to be the one getting celebrated. Your dreams, your wishes, your hopes coming true. Let's say you've always wanted to publish a book. You're going to be publishing it, throwing a party, having friends and family over, celebrating it. Let's say you've always wanted to get married, couldn't find the person. This is your wedding. This is you celebrating. I met the love of my life. Let's celebrate the love that we have. This could be a business. This could be a promotion. This could be a reunion that you prayed for, a baby shower, a graduation. This could be anything that you can celebrate, but I'm seeing more than one thing being celebrated. Dreams coming true, hard work paying off, feeling very prosperous, feeling very lucky. I just heard, no, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. So you could be feeling very blessed. But some of you, you've got to recognize that the change has been you. The change has been you. Spirit could bring you blessings. They could have brought you all of this. But if you weren't willing to see your own behavior, take accountability and work with the universe instead of against it, you would have never gotten here. A lot of you had to learn 8 different lessons. Okay? Maybe a lesson of when to take a step back. A lesson of when it's time to go. A lesson of, okay, what do I need to change? Because it's easy to say, well, they're the reason this relationship didn't work, and they're the reason that, okay, that's their problem. Where's yours at? Did you stay too long? Did you not leave soon enough? Should you have stayed longer? Take accountability for your own, okay? Because we could point the finger at so-and-so, but let's be honest, let's be real. If they were willing to do the work and the soul searching, you guys would still be together. This is about you and your journey and your soul searching and you changing so you can get what you want. Only then can that tough cycle end. And if not, some of you are going to keep going through it time and time and time again. Some of you, it's even going to feel like you're getting the same lesson, but with different people and different things, like different jobs doing the same thing to you, being taken for granted, not being seen, not being able to use maybe your degree you worked your ass off for. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Anything else you need to know about this prosperity? Oh my God. Happiness, joy. I'm hearing happy, 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 joy, joy, joy. I also see you being very protective and stingy, okay? So what do I mean by that? If this is a lover, babe, unless you trust them, they're not allowed near your lover. If this is money and finances, not everybody's going to be able to reap the fruits of your labor. I definitely see you winning and being excited, but the list of who's invited to enjoy those blessings with you, very minimal. Might only be 4 people. You might only be inviting 4 people. I see you really keeping things close to your chest. So here coming up, all of these things that you're going to be celebrating, I don't know if everybody's going to know about it. Some of you, you might get married and nobody know. Some of you, you could write a book, publish a book. You're going to make big life changes and achieve more things than I think you're going to give yourself credit for within the next 3 years. And you're going to be celebrating a lot behind closed doors, okay? Why? Because if they weren't a part of my journey, they're not a part of my celebration. I went through a tough cycle, and the ones who were there for me, with me, the ones who held me, held my hand as I divorced the love of my life, had to get over her at the bar, those are going to be the men standing beside me. Not the men going, man, you dumb. No, I'm not. No, I'm not dumb. The girls who held you as you cried and said, don't call him, you better block his ass, those are going to be the girls that are beside you. That's what I'm saying. Really keeping your blessings and the things that you love and the things that you value and the things that you cherish. You're being very protective over those things. It's not because you want to hide them. It's not because you're ashamed of them. It's because you know the things that you love, the things you find the most valuable, you got to protect. Most of us don't wear real jewelry out in the world. And if you do, baby, you got to be careful. Okay? You got to be careful. Why? Because sometimes in life, the things that are most valuable, people want to take. That can also mean your marriage, your children. Sometimes people view your marriage and think, oh, well, he'll treat me like that. She'll treat me like that. Let me go after them. When they're not realizing that maybe the reason your guys' marriage is the way it is because you two are in it. You two are compatible. You two respect each other and love each other. So I'm definitely seeing an energy of I'm going to protect what's mine. This is my time to shine. This is my prosperity. This is my future. And I'm definitely seeing with the relax card that nobody can take what's meant to be yours. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. But some of you, there could be problems with people trying to get you or your spouse to cheat, trying to give you, I was about to say crybaby scenarios to get your money. A little bit of like poor me. Poor me. I can't pay my bills this week. Okay, then why did you skip work 3 times, babes? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I hope that makes sense. Gonna leave it here. Bye, guys.